Okay, Mr. Bartoletti here. A different shirt for part two. My wife picked this out. It looks pretty nice. It's got some collar stays right there. Interesting. I don't know. Anyway, okay, let's continue with health. If you're ready, I think you are. Where to go? And this is my book, which you don't have. And of course, it is page 14. Now we're talking about conflict. I presume that they're brother and sister because they both got red hair and their faces kind of resemble each other. Maybe they went to private school. I don't know. And it says a conflict is when people do not agree. And that happens. It is okay to have conflicts, but think before you act. Use your words. And that's so important, girls and boys, to use your words properly, not just to yell. Yes, sometimes people yell. We know that. They may do other things, stomp their feet, walk away, okay, whatever it is. But for us, I'm talking about children and adults, we want to act mature. We don't want our emotions to control us. We'd like to control our emotions, okay? So they need to learn how to use their words, like these two boys are doing. Okay, they had a conflict, but now they're friends again. They're going to go ahead and go skateboarding or maybe go, I don't know what, fly planes together. It says, use friendly words. How can you work things out? How can you talk things out? You can share your feelings. Think of ways to work things out. Then agree on a way to work things out. So basically, before you get into a conflict, think before you act. Stay calm. Okay? You don't want to do something like using mean words, shouting at each other, bopping each other. You don't want to do that. So a good way to resolve a conflict or disagreement is to listen to how you feel, tell the other person how you feel, and then together think about, good or, fair ways that you can go ahead and solve this problem or conflict, as we say, no doubt whatsoever. Okay? And again, what do you think? Okay, what if you can't work out a conflict? What should you do? Again, what if you try to do it and the other person's not cooperating? Maybe you're not, I don't know. What should you do? Well, you could go and have an adult help you. You could also refuse to go ahead, not to fight. You could just walk away, obviously. Okay, you do what's right. And then come together again later and say, can we talk about this? Let's do it. Okay, we're going ahead now and getting down to the end of it. Down to the end of the line. Resolve conflicts. Looks like a brother and sister, and look what it says. To resolve a conflict, 1, stay calm. Well, who ate my apples? Now, he looks a little bit upset, but she's trying to remain calm, see? Number 2, what does it say? Listen, then tell your side. I'm sorry, those were yours? She's saying, oh, I apologize. I didn't know they were yours. Number 3. Does that look good? Number 3, talk it out. I didn't know those apples were yours. So she's kind of saying again, I'm sorry, but I didn't know, and I apologize. He's like, well, okay. Number 4, work it out. Talk to an adult if you need help. Okay? And she's saying, let me help you. So she's washing the apples, and her brother's going ahead and cutting them for slices. Yeah, he sliced them, which is pretty good. And look what it says here. Mr. Frog, who's dancing up there, says, if you have a conflict today, talk it out or walk away. Again, Mr. Frog, what are you saying? If you have a conflict today, talk it out or walk away. That's good advice. So basically, what's the first thing that we need to do if we want to avoid having a big conflict? We calm ourselves down, because being angry will not solve the problem, and it may lead to bad words or even bopping each other, which we don't want. Okay? Then what do? You take turns listening and talking about what's happened and how you may be feeling. Well, what happened? What's going on? Why are you upset? Well, let me tell you why I'm upset. Oh, okay, now let me tell you my side of the story. Okay? Now, these kids, they found a way to work things out. What did? They worked together. Okay, that's when you can often do something like that. Work together. Let's say if you have a conflict of what game to play. Okay, well, find another game that you both can agree on. Work it out. Okay, definitely. So, and then look what they did. How did they solve the problem? She says, okay, I'll wash and you cut, and we'll have new, uh, you know, apple slices that you can eat. She didn't just walk away and say, I'm sorry, and just cut your own fruit. Okay. Oh, Mr. Bird, I'm sorry. Um, you know, I didn't realize your polyester shirt was just there temporarily. I thought it was to go in the trash. I'll go and I'll buy you another polyester shirt at the Goodwill, and you'll be happy. I'm not sure about your Mrs. Bird or Coley, your wife, but at least you'll be happy. And this shirt, boys and girls, is not polyester. Okay, it was made in Central Asia. It's interesting because it's got this in here. It's got it there, something inside, but it doesn't have it here that much. Whatever. The car looks good, and it's good because I just bought a pair of pants that will go with it, and my wife picked this out, like I said, and it's got some good colors. Anyway, but the thing is, hopefully you did learn about getting along with each other, and like I told you before, basically, um, you know, it's hard sometimes to get along. It's just sometimes it can be even for adults, but you have to try and just say let's get along and work things out. You get mad, something happens, talk about it. Talk about how you feel. You know, what's going on, this and that. Okay? And don't forget, like I've said, um, you know, everybody should be able to get along. We come from one family. It's called the human race. Okay? And we should be able to get along. We should be able to. Okay? So, again, if you have conflict, just go ahead and try and work it out. And don't let your emotions rule you. You rule your emotions and say, whoa, I'm not going to go and fly off the handle now and get mad. I'm just going to try and talk it out. What happened? Okay, as far as that. So if someone's making noise that you don't like, tell them, please don't do that. You know, or someone's doing something else to annoy you. Hey, this is how I feel, okay? So anyway, okay, so today's the beginning of International Week. I'm hoping everybody on Table 1 is ready. We've got some videos we're going to be showing all week that parents have done. So it looks pretty good. No cats here, but the rabbit's still here. The rabbit always stays there. I don't know what happened. The rabbit just likes staying there. So we're friends too. Yeah, we're friends.